I just want to start off with a quick question, and that simply is, how many people in the room today think that the youth of today are the leaders of tomorrow? Yeah, fair enough, thank you. And how many people know this person? Yeah, I thought so. This person? This person? And I thought, like, quite a few of us do. See, the thing is about these people I just shown is that they are considered by so many as the leaders of today, by some people. But let's look at a different few people. This person, anyone know him? Okay, this person? Fair enough. Hopefully you know this person. Now see, the difference between the first set of people and this set that I just shown is that, not other than their age. I mean that the difference is that the last few are people who truly believe that you cannot accept the word or the idea no in their bank accounts. The first person that I show was Blake Mycoskie, who was a founder of Tom's Shoes, and the second was Jessica Jackley, who was a co-founder of Kiva, and the third me. And see, the thing is that this idea of not accepting no has truly played a major role in my life. When I was 4 years old, I decided to sell clementines for an earthquake in India in the province of Gujarat. And so many people said, well, he's 4 years old, what can he do? They said no. But I said no back. I said no to no, and without that, this would have never happened. Neither would this have happened, selling cookies for a hurricane in Haiti. I would have never held HIV and AIDS workshops in Tanzania. I would have never written this book trying to inspire millions of people, or led this campaign that tries to inspire people to realize that we have so much in this amazing country that we live in. But see, the thing is, I've realized, and I still do realize, that we have to say no to no. But this shouldn't be a foreign concept for anyone in this room, because I truly believe that at one point in our life, we've always said no to no, but we've forgotten that. I mean, if you think about it, when we were really young, we said no to no. We said no to the things in our world that we found were completely unjust. When we were little kids, we said no to our bedtimes, to our baths, to our vegetables. But as we grew older, our baths turned into global warming. Our bedtimes turned into hunger and malnutrition. Our vegetables turned into poverty, but now we sit back. And now we don't say no to no, and that is why the world is as it is today. But it's time to say no to no. It's time to go back to that original principle. And I find that it is really simple to start saying no to no through one simple thing that's called listening hard, don't hardly listen. I think this is something that I get a lot from my parents, because I talk a lot, but I'm often told that we have 2 ears and 1 mouth for one reason, and that simple reason is to listen more and talk less. I'm sure we've all heard it before. But it's surprisingly hard to do, especially for me. And I want to do a small exercise. It's called Repeat After Me. It's fairly simple. I played it a lot at camp, so I got really good at it. So I'm going to say a quote, and I just want you to repeat it back to me. It's fairly simple. So the quote is, I know you believe you understand what you think I said, but I'm not sure you realize that what you heard is not what I meant. Go. Yeah, I thought so. It's exactly what I did when I first heard that. But see, the thing about listening hard and not hardly listening is simply that you have to get the main message. You don't have to know word for word what I said. So I'll say that quote again, considerably slower. And I just want you to think about what the main message of what I'm trying to say is. And the quote, once again, is, I know you believe you understand what you think I said, but I'm not sure you realize that what you heard is not what I meant. And you can summarize that in 3 words. You misunderstood me, and that's it. Listening hard, not hardly listening, is something that can foster so many things in the world today. It can prevent so many things. Listening hard, not hardly listening and saying no to no can prevent things like this, where kids in Malawi have to play with a soccer ball made out of a pig's heart wrapped in newspaper and twine. It can prevent things like this, where millions of children each and every day are becoming orphans of HIV and AIDS. Things like this, desertification and global warming, where millions of people are losing their foodstuffs and livestock, while we sit here in Canada enjoying the privileges that we have, that we take for granted each and every day of our lives. But it can also foster things like this, where a man by the name of Wael Ghonim led his country, Egypt, out of the dark ages through a Facebook group. Or this 15-year-old, Jordan Romero, who climbed Mount Everest because he said no to no. So many people told him that he couldn't climb Mount Everest, but he did. This guy once said that the significant problems we face today cannot be solved at the same level of thinking we were at when we created them. And it is so true, because the youth of today have these creative solutions. But these creative solutions do not have to be hard to implement. Now see, the thing is, I'm totally lost, hold on. The thing is, when we hear people say that the youth of today are the leaders of tomorrow, we have to tell them that they are wrong. And I know so many of you raised your hands, but I completely disagree with you. And see, the thing is, the youth of today are not the leaders of tomorrow. They are the leaders of today. And that is completely true. I truly believe it. And one simple thing that is that step after listening hard, that is that step after saying no to no, is something called action. And action is not taken. It's so special because it's not taken at any time but now. It's not taken next week. It's not taken next month. It's not taken next year. It's not taken tomorrow. Action is taken now. So before I end, I just want to hear you say it as loud as you can. When is action taken? Now. Guys, it's 10 in the morning. When is action taken? Now. Thank you so much. And remember, together, we can make a difference.